Duck, 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 goose. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Ryan back in Chengdu talking about duck today. It's thought that China domesticated ducks like 3,000 years ago, but they really became popular in 1750 when Nanjing was the capital of China. The emperors there, they said that duck was superior to chicken. They were eating duck like crazy, and that really spread the popularity of duck across the country. In 1872, 15 ducks were shipped from Shanghai to New York. 是绿象. I got a lot of numbers here I gotta remember, so I just got them written down on my phone. 1872, 15 ducks. They were shipped from Shanghai to New York. 9 ducks survived the 124-day journey. 5 of those birds were immediately eaten upon arrival in New York. I guess people were hungry back then. And that left 4, which were brought to a farm where they were bred, and they're ultimately responsible for 90% of the duck meat that is eaten in America now. They just bred them and bred them and bred them, and it just made up the whole duck meat population, 90% of it. It's a huge, crazy number. You just think that 4 ducks did that. It's pretty incredible. And they were Beijing ducks. Back then they called them Peking ducks. Peking is the other name for Beijing. This is a whole side thing. I could do a whole video on this, but basically Peking is how we Romanize Beijing. But of course in English we just read it as Peking, and that's how we often pronounced it. And they since changed to pinyin, which spells out Beijing the way it should be pronounced, Beijing. I always thought they just changed the name of the city, but no, they just changed the way they write it in English. And here I'm arriving at the duck section of the market. This guy's actually cleaning a duck, I think. You can buy fresh ducks in the market, and he'll slaughter them for you. Look at these beautiful, beautiful ducks. Unfortunately, you guys are going to be eaten eventually. You can tell that's a mallard of some sort. In China, they actually have a ranking system for ducks. They rank them based on like how much meat they carry, how delicious the meat is. All these different things go into the ranking system. And Beijing ducks, I think, are sitting at number 5. The number 1 duck, Liancheng white duck. Liancheng is a country in Fujian province, or a county in Fujian province. It's some meaty ducks, but they got a lot of feather and a lot of down. This chicken doesn't care, he just goes for it. Ducks are a little bit more timid. They try to get away. What is this fancy thing? 这是什么? Like 洗? 脱毛机. Duck eggs, duck meat, duck feet, duck heads. They eat all of that here in Sichuan, in China in general, I guess. Here's a little booth here that sells some duck. This is like a stewed duck. You can see we got duck heads in here. 你好. They got deep fried duck. Look at that, crispy deep fried duck. That's gotta be good. So like these little booths are really popular. I don't know why, but the Chinese love, in Sichuan at least, they love duck heads and duck feet. It's like a snack that you just pick up at a stand like this and grab to go and kind of munch on. Here I am with my duck dude. He is roasting up ducks in these pots here. He's making 这是川菜鸭 烤鸭 烤鸭 川烤鸭 纯烤鸭 这是北京烤鸭 Okay, so it's Beijing style, I guess. Beijing style duck is like where you take the duck meat and you wrap it in the little shells. Well, let's have a look in here first. Look at that. So they've set the fire at the bottom, and they're hanging the ducks over the coals, and they basically just get crispy and they cook slowly, and the skin's super crispy, the meat's really tender, and it's just amazing. It's just so delicious. So for the Beijing style duck, if you're getting the dish in a restaurant, you guys would call it Peking duck. But basically they slice it and then they give you these little wraps. You put slices of duck in with the wraps and put some usually cucumber and some I think green onion sliced up. Or it might not be green onion, but it's got that same similar taste. And you wrap them up and you dip them in some like sweet bean sauce and eat them like that. They're so delicious. We go for Beijing duck all the time. And I'm sure you guys have seen that, so I didn't really want to do the video about Beijing duck because there's tons of videos out there for it. I'm going to go for more of a Sichuan style duck. I'm going to head downtown in a bit. 多少分钟？
这个，1个小时。你们加拿大有没有这个？有没有？
没有。
没有。
可以看？
看看吧。
可以看？
看看吧。
啊，
留在外国去。哦，你这就算了吧，这里面就不用了。这里面就不用了。
我要一个鸭。
要一个烤鸭。
一个烤鸭。对。Alright, she's gonna do one up for me.
要一只吗？
一个。Let it fresh out. Some neck, some head. Hear that crispy skin getting cut. Oh, shichi. That is 17. It says it right there in giant letters. 17 kuai for a duck. 谢谢. 再见. You can't get much better than a 17 kuai duck. 17 kuai is currency calculation. 17. That's $2.50 exactly in American dollars right now. $3.30 in Canadian dollars. For all my Canadian fans out there, Canada represent. This is how I do it in China. Riding home on a bicycle. I got my little basket filled with duck. And I'm gonna head off to another duck restaurant. Let's go check out some Sichuan style duck at a place that's been doing it for years. They're really well known in the city and they make a delicious, delicious duck. All right, let's do that. Yeah. Look at this. This is amazing. This duck in a beautiful broth. Oh my God, it's like gravy. Oh, it's so good. They haven't even got to the duck yet. So this place is called Leaf Duck, and it's old famous place in Chengdu. Oh, so good. And it's similar to a Beijing duck, except they cook it in a big oven, a little different style oven, and they have different spices on it. It's kind of more, I would say like more woody. I keep using the word woody because I just don't have a better word for it, but like that nutty kind of flavor to it. Oh my God, that's so good. That's incredible. It's so tender, juicy, flavors are amazing. It's not like too salty. There's a sweetness to the meat, slight sweetness that, you know, like sometimes duck can be really fatty, maybe just over savory. It is too good. And there's tons of it in here. Good God. You can see that skin. It's pretty fatty skin, but you can like it's not crispy now, but it was crispy at one time. God. Incredibly good. I love that it's served in this broth. They rinse the duck in it, they pour the broth in, then pour it back into the big pot of broth, and do it over and over again to get some of the like fat to come out. I suspect, I don't know for sure, but I'm sitting at a table here with 2 other people. It's lunchtime. It's 10 after 12. The place is getting really busy really fast. So I'm going to try to wrap up this video as quickly as possible. What can I say? Duck in Sichuan, it's not nearly as popular as it is in the rest of China, actually. Even though you think it'd be a really good place for ducks to be bred. But I mean, it's popular still, but I would say not as popular as other places in China. This person got some duck intestine soup. Duck intestine is like really kind of chewy. We always eat it in a hot pot. And she also got some duck blood. They really do eat every part of the duck. Not wasting much there. Blood, intestines, head. No, it's all just so full of fat, and that's such a valuable thing in food in China. Not so much nowadays, probably, other than the taste, but back in the day, people were working hard and they needed a lot of calories. You gotta try this. There's a few other popular Sichuan duck dishes that I'd recommend. Lashan is a town where the Big Buddha is. They do sweet skin duck, really crispy sweet skin on it. If you're there, check that out. You can get it in Chengdu as well. But that's a Lashan specialty. It's mind-blowingly good. And then they also do a tea smoked duck in Chengdu. It's a specialty here, and they cook the duck and then they pile a bunch of I think it's camphor leaves in a wok, get them smoking, put the duck over top of it and get some like smokiness to it, and that's really good stuff too. But this is by far the best duck in Chengdu, in Sichuan, possibly all of China. Leaf duck. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite duck? Who's your favorite cartoon duck? Daffy? I feel like he's a little underrated. He gets, you know, pushed around a lot. I feel bad for Daffy. Donald? He's a bit of a twat. I don't really like him. Huey? No. Dewey? It's cool. Louie? No. Scrooge? Greedy. Darkwing duck. Let's get dangerous. All right.
Oh, that's expensive. Ay, Rolleiflex in my ear. You a fucking ock, you weird. Which way I'ma steer? Know the bags of money be near, but you don't really see it till it's here. That's all I do since I was 17. Cutting up tofu. All you lame soft don't speak. Fuck it, I don't know you. Yeah, get run through by my team. Dropping them hits like Blitz. I bought my cheese like Ritz.